think the big thing that's going on right now is consumer behaviour is changing. I mean, no question. We've all experienced that over the last 18 months of COVID. We've experienced it with our kids. And the current measurement options just don't cut it anymore. They're just not measuring what we need to. But the other piece of it that's been happening is the holding companies have been investing aggressively in data and technology, as have many of the big media suppliers, to take control of their own destiny. There's no reason to keep using small panels when you've got census level data widely available across the industry that you can build tools from. You can combine different data sets if you have an identity spine, which Epsilon does, and then you can build tools that meet the needs of the business. And as the business continues to evolve, you can be more innovative with those data sets and deliver against those the business needs as they continue to change.
A lot of conversations about identity these days, and here at Advertising Week, what are your thoughts about identity? And of course, Epsilon has a gigantic identity business. We hear a lot about interoperability of identity graphs in this privacy-centric world. Where do you see that going?
Yeah, so I guess I've been with the Publicis group for 31 years, and the last 2 I've spent with Epsilon, and I've learned more about the power of having solid foundations in data. Epsilon started as a PII name-based data company, has made some acquisitions over the year that include digital identity. And when you can bring those 2 of those things together in a super privacy compliant way, you've got the best of both worlds. And then when you add to that data that can be used to enrich those knowledge of people, you add to that client first party data, you add to that campaign effectiveness data that we get from running our media, you really end up with a really holistic view of the individual, again in a privacy compliant way that you can continue to message to, measure against, and understand their lifetime value on behalf of a client. So it's super powerful.
How about combining or matching with other identity graphs from your clients or from publishers, or there's a lot of different sources?
There are. I think what I've learned is the enrichment data is really important, and Epsilon doesn't have all types of data. It's got a lot, but not everything. And so we do match tests with many, many different providers, and when we get a good match, we bring it in and use that data. But when you start to make hops of data, you lose validity and you lose accuracy and you lose scale. So what's important for perhaps a small measurement project may be less scale, more accuracy. When you're looking at about activation, so scale is more important perhaps than accuracy. And there's always a balance between that scale and accuracy piece. And so you have to think about it in terms of the use cases. We have clients that have 100 million in their first party data, and we have clients that have 2 million in their first party. And again, the use cases and needs of those 2 different types of clients are important when we think about which types of data we want to combine to deliver against their needs.
And finally, Kate, we see a lot of vendors in the space, a lot of activity. I'm sure you meet with them, a lot of demands for your time. I know this is a general question, but in terms of vendors that you want to work with, are there guidelines? Are there companies that you're particularly keen? Are there sectors that need to be improved upon?
That's a tricky one. I think of generally everybody as frenemies, and I like to be friends with people first. So I would look to see, are they being transparent with me? Do they have something that's going to be complementary to what we have? And then can we work together? So it's kind of as simple as that. And if you look across the industry, most people have some version of that. I don't want to see a sales deck. I want to have a conversation with somebody about really what they've got and really how can it help me. And then if that's good, we'll just keep working with them.
And finally, I wanted to ask about ACR data. We've heard a lot about it, and of course, a lot of it's been restricted. In other words, walled off, if you will, in certain respects. What's your thought about the availability of ACR data or the lack thereof?
It's challenging right now because of those business changes that you just mentioned. What I'm looking for in the TV or video measurement service is a really open and transparent and privacy compliant marketplace. I would love everybody to figure out a way that their data could be put into the marketplace at a price that's appropriate, that everybody wins, and then that marketplace to operate efficiently. So I think I'd love more of the ACR data providers to put their data in the marketplace, because I think they'll lose out and the industry will lose out if they don't do that. And then we can link that with some of the set-top box data, the other data that we see from initiatives like the WFA and the ANA one, as well as things that maybe a SIM is doing to match data sets together to add value to them. And I think then everybody can win.